So watch here, guys. This is going to 2 pages today. I'll give you more time to finish your delta math about this radical equation homework, right? So factoring x times x is x squared. You guys all watching, right? You don't watch, you don't take the class, you cannot solve. I mean, we have a quiz next week. It's all based on this, especially composition function, inverse function, right? So what times what is 28? Subtract 3. You know, 20 has 1 times 28, 2 times 14. There's no 3, 4 times 7. See, 7 minus 4 is 3, right? So that way we pick it up. So once we have a factors, right, factoring form, and we can get the solution. X equal minus becomes, plus becomes minus, right? And then minus become plus. That's the answer. Number two. Composition function. You know, composition function is this is what? This is exactly what it means of this, right? G function goes to F function. G is going to F function. So now this is a G function, which is this is going into F function. So I'm going to put it here. 3 over parenthesis minus 2. Normally gx need to go in there, right? That's what it is, but g function becomes input to f function. So instead of putting a g of x, we write exactly what it is. Square root 1 minus x. Okay, that's the answer. G function moving into f function, okay? Okay, write it down, guys, write it down. Now, okay, this one, I'm gonna do this. Okay, guys. What is the meaning of inverse? What is the meaning of inverse? Let me show you. Okay. Sometimes it's easy to just think 1, 2, 2, 4. Let's say we have a function, the value. When it goes to inverse means what? Inverse, what it is? 2, 1, 4, 2. Switching x value, y value, right? 1, 2 becomes a 2, 1. 2, 4 becomes a 4, 2. That is about inverse, right? Inverse always means switching x value, y value. So now to have an inverse, it should be inverse function should be one-to-one function, right? Do you remember what is one-to-one function, right? One-to-one. One-to-one function is this is one-to-one, like something like that. So you test vertically, and it is function horizontally. Still touching only one place, right? This is not one-to-one, right? This is not one-to-one. So you cannot have an inverse function. Inverse shape, we can have it. It's like this. But hey, is it function? No, it's not function, because when you do vertical test, it touch 1, 2. So that's not an inverse function. Can you write it down here up to here, right? About inverse function, about to do. So is it inverse each other? How do I know? Very easy. There are many ways you can do it, but let's see. I'm gonna do right on here. Let me take this one out. I'm gonna use this area. So watch this, guys. I'm gonna change this one to follow the step. Step 1, y equal 4 minus 3 over 2x. Step 2, switch x and y. That's why the value changing it, right? Step 3, solve for y. Now look, here, so move this, right? When you have this, move this first, minus 4, plus becomes a minus. This one is tricky, okay? Tricky, the reason is tricky this, whatever existing. Now look, multiplication become division, division become multiplication. So it's like upside down, right? So that's the answer. You distribute y equal negative 2/3 x plus negative times negative is positive, right? 8 over 3. Now, is it same with this? No. Answer is what? No. So, you know, inverse relation is when you put function, and that's inverse, right? Inverse function. If you put it into, imagine this is composition function, right? It gives you always x. You put it into inverse function into original function, and always creating x. Okay. There is another thing. Probably you remember we learned this last year, right? A lot this. We did this a lot, right? All right. Next one. All right, radical equation. Radical equation. How we solve this one? You gotta delete the square root by putting square on both sides. So it's a pair, right? Because it's equal. You gotta do fairly treat. So that it come out x plus 2. This one, remember, x squared. Hey, this is a plus 16. What is in the middle? What is in the middle? Negative 4 times x, which is negative 4x. There are one more, so it's double. When you double up, negative 8x, right? So cross out. Now you can do factoring. What times what is x squared? What times what is, I mean, x times x squared, right? What times what is 14? Add 9, which is 7 and 2, right? So when you do this, you have this, right? Oh man, I need space. I'm gonna go down a little bit, guys. Go down a little bit. Okay, what it means when x is 7 and when x is 2. Now you remember this, right? How it come out as a solution when when you put x is 7, 0, right? X7 is 0. When you put x2, it's 0, right? So plug into here. 7 plus 2 equal 7 minus 4. Root 9 equal 3. Positive, positive. Check. Root 9 is 3, right? But this one, look, when you plug in 2, 2 plus 2. When you plug in 2, 2 minus 4. This is a root 4 and negative 2. Positive value, negative value. Wrong. Answer is this one. All right, guys, can you write it down? We finished 2 now. I'm gonna do only 2 pages, guys, and I'll, whatever the leftover time, I'll help you to finish your homework, okay? Andrea, can I move on? Can I move on? All right. Okay. So imagine this is like a two-step equation, x plus 17 equal 20. Then you see this one, you gotta delete it, right? Plus become minus. So how to delete the square root? Square it. 5x minus 26 equal 9, okay? What do we do? Two-step equation. Okay. Can you write it down? Next one, same thing, right? It's like x plus 19 minus 19, right? Then we have this. We square it, right? 3x plus 37 equal 64. You know, this is like this, right? 27. All right, guys. Now, there's a delta math homework for this way, right? You can find it. Remember, what is the meaning solution? X-intercept, right? Wind is very strong, guys. Be careful. Can I move on? Delgado.
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay, you're good now, Mister.
Okay. So we do this, and I'm gonna finish this. So I'm gonna shorten the classwork, and I'll give you more time. Now, have you ever done this? This is actually system of equation, right? This value, if I rewrite it, it's like this: y equal x minus 3. Y equal. Do you know how you solve this one with calculator? Go to y equal in the calculator and TI-84, right? You put in the y1 this and the y2 this, right? Do you know that? And then you go to second, I forgot it. Where is it? Right next to the graph. And then the number 6, there is an intercept, and then enter. It gives you the answer. You can get that way, right? But you also can do with the decimal. Okay. I will show you how to do with the decimal. Okay. But this case, I'm going to show you how we solve it. As a pre-calc, you also need to know how to do manually. I know some of you actually did it with the decimals. So you square and square. Okay. So that 29 minus 7x equal. Now remember, this is a x minus 3, x minus 3, right? So multiply x squared. You do the FOIL, right? Do this, and you do this, and you do this. Now look, x squared, negative 3, positive 9. Now look at this one. X times negative 3x. Negative 3 times x, there's another negative 3x, which is what? Negative 6x. So we're not doing this anymore. So when you look at it, guys, just repeat it. Are you repeating x squared? Here, negative 3 times negative 3 plus 9. Negative 3 times x, and there are another negative 3 times x. So you double up this. Subtract. Add. On the left side, nothing left, right? Here, x squared. You put together, it's just x. Put together, 20. So what do we do this for? X times x. What times what is 20? Subtracts 1, which is 5 and 4, right? So that is equal to 0. That is equal to 0. Now you can find the x is what? This case, x is a negative 5, right? Solution, x is what? 4. Hey, we cannot claim that is the answer, because we got to test it. Let's test it. Testing is going back to here, right? It's going back to here. I'm putting in here. It shouldn't be the negative. Both got to be positive always. Just check it's positive, negative, right? I'm going to put this one here. What is it? Negative 5, negative 3. It gives you negative 8. I put negative 5 here. 35. Look at this one. 29. One value positive, one value negative. It cannot be the solution. How about put 4? When I put 4 minus 3, right? When I put 4, 29 minus 28. Negative 7 times 4, right? Which is root 1 equal 1. Positive, positive, yes. That's the answer. Can you write it down? All right, guys. Next one, same process. I gotta do square. Square. 12 minus x, 8x equal x. Now look at this, x squared. Now negative 3 always the same thing. Negative 3 times x, which is negative 3x. There are 2, negative 6x. And this, negative 3 times negative 3, 9. So cross out. Plus. So positive become negative, negative become positive, right? So 2x minus 3. Now look, x times x. What times what is 3? Subtract gives you 2, which is 3 and 1. Now we're making 0, right? To get the solution, x equal negative 3, x equal 1. Now all you need to do, check it out, positive, negative. So when you plug in negative 3 here, look at this, negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6. Whatever, square root always gotta be greater or equal to 0, right? Cannot be negative, no answer. If I put it here, 1, okay? When I plug in 1, look, 1 minus 3, which is still negative. Whatever here, it should be greater or equal to 0, right? So it's no. There's no answer, no answer. when you go to the delta mass, just make a blanket. That's the answer. Actually, when both fail, we put normally. But you don't need to put it, right? Just make it blank. All right, guys, we finished the classwork by now. I'll stop recording. All right.